Yeah, I've been saying this for freaking ever. I'm not sure if my voice is gonna be behind the words. I'm not sure this video is gonna be slowed up at all. But I've been saying this for so long. I made so many freaking videos about this topic. It's not religion that people generally get mad about. It's the authority system. Authority systems generally look to have power and gain power and to create a certain level of ignorance and blind acceptability of certain actions of the people to which are under its governance because of the fact that it just helps an authority system run better. It helps any system run better if it's well managed and well designed so that people or whatever it is, gears, run to the highest point of efficiency. And with an authority system, it's kind of contradictory because when we talk about efficiency, the only way for human beings to be efficiently worked within an authority system is by them their blind compliance and their discompliance. So with an authority system like America does, is we take our government, our American government's an authority system. Same thing with the economic system, both authority systems. Religion, authority system. But within America's, within the American government, our authority system, or as TJ put it, our superorganism, we do what we do by locking people up. That's how we get our government to run more efficiently, by intimidating and regulating the majority of the population into submission of the rule of law. So we say, you're either going to do it, and then most people are just like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to follow the laws. Okay, you're right, you're right. And they, submission, intimidation, or we regulate people. Like, you didn't do this? All right, lock them up. And now we're going to take away your humanity so you're a fucking animal and easier to regulate. And this is just a system to which helps the American government run more efficiently. But the problem is that we're not a freaking gear. We are people. We have consciousness. And this is something that, our superorganism or our authority system, the American government, does not realize or can't really cognitively understand. Or if it can understand it, it just doesn't care. It doesn't care about you, it doesn't care about me. And this is kind of the same thing with religion, except religion does tend to care because it's based off morality. Morality for sentience. So it's a better system in a few ways than government is, because government's run by people. I guess the pros and the cons for religion and government. Religion's based off of a certain level of morality. Maybe it may have negative aspects of morality, but still based off of morality and something that we should be doing as people within this world. We fail miserably at following what Jesus said, but yeah, well, Christians, generally Christians too. But but government, instead of being claiming to be divinely inspired by God, it does have the positive quality of saying that people run this. It's not God running our government, it's people. People are running our government. So we can change it, and it's more acceptable. It's harder to change a religion or a certain belief system than it is to change a certain religion. Yes, it's easier to change a government than it is to change a religion, because religion is supposedly divinely based off of God. If religion is supposedly divinely based off of God, it's like, yeah, you really can't do the editing. So I guess the pros and cons is that up front, religion tends to deal with morality and sentience, while as government tends to deal with actions and actions and reactions generally, and fails to see the morality and a certain level of respect for human sentience, and religion does. And the other problem with religion is it's run by people, but it's supposedly inspired by God. So there's a certain level of it's just up in the air. So religious people can do kind of whatever because of the fact that God's really has his hand on religion and this and that and the other. While his government is like, no, it's just people running this thing. That's all it is. It's just people running the government. So yeah, but but I tried to think of an example of a certain authority system that has been used by people for justification. Like you said, people even without God, people will look for reasons to feel superior to other people, and this is generally because of the fact that we have a higher evolved social culture, and our social culture is evolved to the point to which we can have really fucking stupid people that only get basic elements of our general society. So what I'm saying is, like, we get people that are so stupid in our evolved social culture that they can latch on to one aspect, like color of skin, and they can latch onto it, and they can understand the difference in how people react to people of different colors, and then they just get racism from that because they're fucking stupid, if you can understand what I mean. And or they can look at economic status, and they're like, so people with money get treated better, and people without money get treated worse. I don't know how you can say, a person that is, bigoted against poor people, or thinks that, rich people are better people just because they have money, but stuff like that. And it's because of the fact we are a higher evolved social society, and we have really stupid fucking people in it. But those stupid people will use anything that they can to look for a certain reason to feel superior. Like before Obama, it was the fact that the most powerful person in our government has been white, and a lot of white people were completely compliant with whatever the government did because they're like, I'm white, the president's white, the president's looking out for me. Like, we white people think alike. Then Obama got like, it was like, oh my god, he's a socialist, he's a communist. What are we gonna do with our freedoms? What's going on? And they use all these terminologies to justify their racism, pretty much. And it's like, they can't call him, they can't say that they say he's a Muslim because of the fact they're talking about their authority system. They're saying, and this other thing, let me digress a little bit before I get to that point I was about to make. People generally look for an authority system backing them so they can do fucked up shit. Because if an authority system is backing you while you do some fucked up shit, it's more acceptable. It just is. And it's fucked up because people generally use this. And people get this sixth sense of happiness from it, or a sixth sense of desire from it. It's kind of like one of the deadly sins. It's like lust and gluttony all mixed up. It's like I can do this, and the authority system says okay, so it's all right. And this is government as authority, so it's like Cops being a Rodney King or George Zimmerman shooting freaking Trayvon Martin. That's a good example. He called the cops. It's like they always get these coons always get away with this, that, the other. And he had a gun. He's authority system backed by the neighborhood watch, like a huge authority system. The neighborhood watch, of course, is an authority system. Backed by that shit, won over, started whatever happened, and then shot and killed this kid. And it's acceptable because he's backed by the authority system. He called the cops, authority system, for a neighborhood watch, authority system, and Trayvon Martin happens to be black. A negative connection with the authority system. It's just, and that's just kind of how it works. People can do really fucked up shit because the authority system accepts it. And generally it's just like, it's okay for me to do this because the authority system said it's okay. My authority system accepted it. When it could be just really fucked up, and the authority system could be corrupt. But so religion has caused a lot of stuff because of the authority system, and a lot of people look at God like, God told me to do it. And anybody can believe that shit. God told me to rape this chick and kill her. Yeah. God told me to do it. Is anybody gonna believe it? They're like, okay. Oh my god, they believed it. But it's all just bullshit. They're just looking for an excuse, and people look for any excuse. And what the newest global comparison I can make about how this happens within our world is what is it? Oh, Obama, freaking Obama. You know what they do? People are fucking hilarious. First, they want to claim he's a Muslim. He's obviously a Christian. But what they really want to say, he's against my authority system. So I don't have to like him. I don't have to care about it. I think that, he's just a bad person. He's a Muslim. So, my God doesn't like him, so on and so forth. After, it came out that got squashed, he wasn't Muslim at all. They had to come out and say that he's a socialist. He's a communist. He's a Joker from Batman. You want to know why they did this? It's because of the fact that they realized that they really couldn't come to anything besides my government dislikes this president. My authority system, my government, which is America, land of the brave, home of the free, or free land of the free, home of the brave, yeah. Doesn't like this president. So I can call him whatever I want, or I can justify my racism because of the fact that he's a communist or he's a socialist. And this is just it. That they're just looking for reason to feel superior and justify their racism, outright outrage. And they know this outright outrage isn't acceptable, and it's generally racist. But instead of actually come to terms with their racism, so on and so forth, they come to the terms with he's a socialist communist. Because it's easier to say that than actually realize that the authority system that they were under, which they were in blind acceptability was white. It was like 43 people, 43 presidents previous get elected, and none of them have the outrage as the 44th. And there's one defining difference between the 43 previous and the 44th is skin color. What the fuck do you think is going on? It's racism, period, plain and simple. And it's just the fact that people get acceptability from their authority system. And that's what these people are trying to do. The Tea Party are pretty much trying to get acceptability for the racism and the stupid ideas by saying that my authority system is capitalism. And Obama's not a capitalist. So I can be whatever I want against him. I can say or hate whatever I want about him. Because he's not a capitalist. He's a communist socialist. What they really want to say, he's a fucking nigger. But they can't do it because how could I say that? I mean, there's no racism in America. How could anybody ever think about that? Racism in America? Oh, My gosh, golly gee, where do you get that? Let's be real, people. Most people, I mean, let's be real. It's the authority system that generalizes a lot of stupidity and generally accepted because it's easier to have authority system run if people are more compliant and just stupid about it. It's easier to have people, it's a more effective running system when the people don't question whatsoever what's going on with the system. And it's just better for the system to have ignorance and stupidity in it because when you're ignorant and stupid, you don't ask a lot of questions. So yeah, and yeah, that's my video on reply to Mr. Repsion. I think I'm gonna make this one. I made another one that I think was really, really bad, but yeah. So next time you think religions apply to, the entire world, just think of our government and think about how many governments have done really fucked up shit within the world. Alexander the Great murdered, raped millions of people, across the world. Government, just pure government. Freaking Hitler, Nazis, they did it because of the fact they tried to feel superior to the Jews. All of this stuff is just thoughts and feelings of superiority. It's not what you would want to consider religion. It's an authority system. And in general, authority systems just run like this. They want to produce ignorance, they want to produce compliance, and they want to produce a certain level of just general acceptability by the people under it. And they will do anything that they can, the authority system itself, the superorganism, will do anything it can to produce this because of the fact that it wants to continue living. It wants to prolong its existence. It wants to continue existing like any other sentient being. And we're sentient beings that are creating a deeper sentient understanding. Government. So, get it. Get in your heads, people. The authority system will do whatever it can to continue its existence. Even means murdering and slaughtering thousands and thousands of people. Do anything it can. Within America, it does something that hasn't been done before, and that is just lock up everybody that has anything against it, any dissent against it, and dehumanize them, turn to animals so they don't have the thought process anymore to actually verbalize their disagreement and dissent against the system. All right, I'm going too long. So, peace, love, respect, AJAX, the humans, the fuck out, bitches. Hope you guys understood what I was saying. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Deuces. Rate, comment, subscribe. Actually, if you're gonna just, if you're gonna rate this down, please leave a quick comment why. Like, you ugly. You speak fun. I don't give a shit. I don't like your green tag. Your Guinness beads. I don't like that. Tell me why. I'm interested. I am. And if it's just because of the fact that you're atheist or you're like, nah, man, fuck that shit. Religion's just evil. Write that down. So, yeah. If you like the video, just thumbs it up. I don't even care if you leave a comment. Just like it now. I'm playing. All right, deuces.